Hello everyone, I am Malaceo. Welcome back to my channel. Today is day 27 of Vlogmas and it's a little bit after Christmas. So pretty much what I wanted to talk about today is far as I guess you could say it's like also like manifestation, but what I feel like my day-to-day life is going to be like for the most part, or for the gist of everything. And what I'm mainly going to talk about like is, my potential work schedule and how I'm going to go about like my daily life, and even if I go on adventures and do other things and stuff like that, and how I go about, overall it's living my new life. So with this, I feel like it's so far away from what I am doing now. Like I'm burnt out. I'm seriously overworked. Um, like for example, it's just like the stress that I deal with that, and even like with my personal life and with certain things, it's like, just other people just inflicting just the stress and just energy vampirisms. Okay, so I got a message like early this morning asking if I was at work, even though I'm off, and this is a Friday. What do you want? It's a Friday on Christmas week. What do you want? So even with that, and it's just like other stuff that happened and stuff like that, and I'm like, I just need to fully decompress. And like, I do have an option. I'm not gonna lie. It also is self-inflicted. I have an option of just doing a sabbatical and not working or doing anything at all. But I still have YouTube, my videos that I uploaded, like this on like my channel my other channels that I've started. I still feel like it will be a waste of time to not just put in these tidbits and do stuff, because I have full range of doing, what I want and when I want. So it's like, why is it such a hassle, especially if it's, a day that it's raining? Why not just do a little bit of, work? And I feel like even just being like, okay, I need to do something. I need to do something, hard work, hard work, hard work. Like I've been working so hard, and from this first house sit, it showed me that I have a hard time sitting down and not doing anything, because I've been working so hard. I've been working consistently. I have not been like resting. So it's like, even if I'm trying to sit there and watch a show and I just can't even sit there just to watch the show, it's like, oh, let me go check this. Let me go check. There's something I should be doing. And I caught myself doing that for like this whole entire, break, or this, house sit. So for me, I envision, just like a balance, but I also need to change some things in my lifestyle. And I feel like some things will automatically happen, because another thing that I've noticed, just, even like years ago, I was overseas, but even more now, it's like you need a car to do anything, like to even go and walk somewhere. Like you can always walk, but for a comfortable walk, for you to be walking, and you can pass places, like either you got to be in the city, like in the midst of the city, and then sometimes depending on the city or even the area in the city, you still got to drive somewhere to go to the grocery store, to go, like everything is so spread out to accommodate, parking and stuff like that. And that's what I like came to, like the realization. It's just like, I'm trying to put in like your physical fitness and stuff like that. And then trying to, like, everything is taking time out of your day. Everything is, you work, and everything else sort of like comes after that. And I'm like, I really, really, really do want to. And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't plan how my day-to-day is going to be. Maybe I should not be planning that. Maybe I should be comfortable and relaxed. And then when it comes, and when it comes, it comes. Like when I want to work and when I should work and stuff like that. Because it's just like, like certain stressors and certain factors. And yes, from, my research and what I've seen, like you do want to have some type of schedule or some type of way that you're doing the things that you're doing. Like you got to have some type of repetition. You got to have some type of consistency from like day to day. And like sometimes I watch like even like other YouTubers, for example, and they're like, oh, I get up at 4, not 4, but I get up at 5. I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I get up at this time. I get up at that time. And I'm like, girl, I am a person that sleeps in. I will be fine with getting up at like 7, 8, maybe 9. Like getting up before 10, like up and out the door before 10. I can do that. Because when you think about it, like, I'm not sure about other places and where their business or like their work hours start potentially. Like, but I want to think of like a 9 o'clock. So, you miss the train and everybody else getting up and doing what they're supposed to be doing, like those early morning people. And I just think that I have so many plans and so many things on my plate, and I felt like I decluttered that, but I didn't necessarily declutter it as much as I could have, because this is like, putting yourself on like, some type of schedule or just, hassling yourself. I feel like that's just, that work ethic is like bred into you. It's, Black woman, you gotta work twice as hard to get half of what somebody else has, type of thing. And now I'm just like, I am so ready to go. Like, I know I need to, the only things that I get that like sort of make me happy, like I do like my, like not my 9 to 5, but like, my design part of my job and stuff like that. It's just that everything else that's happening and the logistics of everything that's happening is not necessarily giving me a place to be creative enough. And then also doing research and going back and looking into the algorithm of YouTube and to figure out what I will be putting out, what I will be, do I say produce? Because I'm making like videos and stuff like, well, whatever I'm making, it's like a whole, thing. And I have to stay true to myself, but then also give people, what they're looking for. And I know I have a really good like idea and in business ventures on my head, like in my mind, and I am ready to put it out there. I am ready to produce it. It's just, I got to get to a point where I can have some type of consistency. So mentally, like, it's hard to sit there and like tell you guys, like, I know I've said it before, like, but I feel like it's more like, oh, what I want to do on a day-to-day, what I want my day-to-day to look like. Like, I want to be able to, like, if I just feel like it and just want to be outside and work, then I'll just go to a cafe and go and sit down and work and walk around after that. And then, there's something about going somewhere else and like sitting down at a cafe where I feel like you gotta do your work when you sit down at a cafe. And maybe I can start, venturing and going to like libraries and stuff like that. But I feel like there's something that's like, when I get up and I go to a cafe, because it even happened when like the internet, for example, went off at my parents' house. And I remember going to, and I stay in a very small town, so I went to like their cafe in the square. And I was just on it. And I remember even like in college and in school and stuff and being like in the center city and going to any type of cafes or Starbucks or Barnes and Noble, because Barnes and Noble was like a whole thing back then. But I mean, it wasn't really at that time. It was like 2018. So I feel like 18, 17, I feel like that was one of the few Barnes and Noble, but it was literally smack dab in the middle of like the city, like the main hub of the city. So I would go, and it's just something like you sitting there just focusing and just banging everything out, and then you good. Like that's it. And then you're already out, so you just scoot on and do whatever you need to do, type of thing, you know? So I think, you know, it just sort of depends. And I think having that freedom to be able to go and do whatever you want is like, it's exciting. And it's almost like, you know how sometimes you get like, I don't know, like a kid or like, I don't know, or a dog, and they get something and they're just so excited. They don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to do. Cause like it's situations like this where I have anxiety and I still got a couple of days left in my vacation and I'm being contacted, or there's already something that needs to be done and I already know that it's not urgent, but they're going to try to press me and try to be like, oh, you got to do this needs to be done. And you know, like at the end of the day, I feel like my manager is very mad and upset that I followed the rules and I put in my PTO. I did it like 6-7 months before December, and only one other person was off. And I think he, you know what, I'm not going to say I know, because other people have told me that he tried to get them to put in for sick time. Some people even said in the meetings like, hey, I'm not doing it, or whatever, this, that, and the other. I'm not doing, you know, vacation through Christmas. I already got PTO for Thanksgiving. I already, you know, I got something that I'm doing in, you know, January, February, the next year. So there's something there, and I know it's going to be like all this animosity and all this vitriol, because he's a very, very petty, sad man, and he's going to, like I said before, he has a habit of like literally making up stuff to do. And this is another situation of that. And, you know, like I said, after next week, I will have 5 weeks left. And yeah, it's just, like I said, it's like trying to stay not just under the radar, because I still gotta, you know, do my finagling with like my time off, like my personal time and my sick time. I will be putting in and using, like I will, you know, put it in and get that time approved to be off. So I get paid out my PTO, but then days I physically won't be at work, you know. So I was thinking like February 7th will be like my last day physically here, which it will be at the job, but I'll put in like all of my sick time and my personal time. And I think it might add up to like a whole week. So I'll get paid for that whole week without actually being there. So like my personal time and my sick time, I can't get paid out regardless. So I will schedule to use that time, and I will physically, you know, be out of the country then. But at the end of that week, which is like the following week, so like the 14th of February, that's a payday. So I will be getting paid that sick time, because I will already physically be gone. They know I will be gone, because I already will have, I'll put everything in the email after everything is planned and after everything is approved. So I'll get paid out for my PTO, and then, you know, another extra week or whatever. So at least I'll get like half a paycheck. Well, yeah, I'll get like half a paycheck for the extra week that I won't be here. And then I'll get another paycheck for my remaining PTO time. So with that, I am, you know, I just have to think like that to be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is how it's going to be. This is what is going to, you know, help me get to this point. Like, cause right now, like I said, it's like, I'm trying my best, and I'm emotionally trying to keep myself grounded and be like, this can be a little, like, you're already here. this is just a little bit of extra money for my birthday when I'm in Japan. Like, this is just a little bit of extra money. This is just a little bit of this. This is just a little bit of that. This is just, because it does add up. And it's like, you're already going to be here. You still got to do your taxes. You still got a little bit of stuff to take care of and button up here and there. So just do it. Just do it. Just handle it. Just take care of yourself. Apply yourself when you need to be applied, and just let it go. Because this whole quiet quitting thing, I don't know about you guys, but I don't really feel like that works for Black women. Because like I said, I'm not problematic. I don't be up in the mix, and it's a remote job. I don't do the back and forth and stuff with people. I'm very like passive. Just tell me what you want and I will get it to you. And it's all the extra stuff that comes into it that people, I'm sure that other people deal with, but I feel like with Black women in particular, it's another layer of intensity. And even when you try to throw in ageism, I am significantly younger than everybody else that I work with directly. And even indirectly, I'm the youngest by far. So I get all the fast projects, and it's like, oh, hurry up and do this and hurry up and do that. And just, oh, you can do this and you can do that. You can hurry up and do this. You can hurry up and do that. And I think it's this whole, like, some people want to like put you through the fire to like prove yourself and be like, oh, you got to deal, like, this is just part of it. It's hard projects. And it's not the project that's hard. It's you. It's you and your lack of communication. You say you want one thing and then you want another, and then that flat, like, I'm saying, like, it even comes down to like flat out lying, because that's what I call it. I don't even call it miscommunication, because I know better. People flat out lie about what they said that they want, and then they say they want something else because they don't want to be held accountable for not knowing the scope of the job to begin with. So yeah, I had a hard time dealing with, even the week coming up to my time off. I was just like, girl, I'm over it. I'm over it. I was just like, it was to a point that he wanted me to tell him how fast I can finish something, and he did not even know what it was that he wanted done. Like, he didn't actually get the work. He didn't get the floor plan. He don't know what anything looks like. He's like, oh, well, how fast do you think you can get it? I'm like, it don't matter what I think. I don't even have it. You don't even have it. You don't even know what they want. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that he's going to try to get his little get back. And at the end of the day, I just have to just hold on. And I feel like for every situation where there's something that he's doing, is going to be, I'm going to write another line in my drafts of my resignation. Just write another line. Have 5 sentences by the time I'm, each week. Because, it's time to let go. And like I said, I'll still be doing my talks, and I'll do like the weekly vlogs and then monthly and stuff like that. And especially when it's time for like that final week and I'm out of there. And even with my final week, I will be telling them that I will be leaving, in my last day will be like that Friday. Like, I won't even say anything else. It'll be like that Friday that I'm done, like done. Like, I will drop my stuff off physically, and it is what it is. So yeah, I feel like, even though it might have seemed to be like a tangent, like I felt like I just needed to give like some background of like why I feel like I can't really answer anymore like what my day-to-day is going to look like, because of just the stressors and the things that I'm going through and the things that I worry about. And it's just so different and far off that I don't know if I can like really truly, like, I can tell you what I want, But, you know, what I want in reality, and, you know, when you're sort of free flowing like that, it's like, do you have to choose everything, or do you just let it happen as long as the work is done? You know, do you just let it happen? And I feel like I might just like that a little bit better, you know, like still might, you know, it just depends. Like maybe I will work 40 hours one week because I just feel like it and I'm super inspired. The next week, maybe 3, as long as the work is done. Like, you know, it is what it is, you know. So thank you guys for watching me once again. I am Malaceo, and if you want to see more or you have any questions, just ask in the comments and I will get back to you guys. I will probably either answer it or make another video. The more feedback you guys give me, the better. So I just wanted to try to make some type of community, some type of, you know, communication with other people, and hopefully there's something like really positive and beautiful that can come from this. And like, subscribe, share, and I will probably see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye.